Dum da dum da dum da dum da da da. Dum da dum da dum da dum da 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 da.
Okay, this is the final on the Death Dealer. It's all finished up and ready to go in the display case. Behind him are all the paints that I used, all back behind here. Did the base, like I said, I didn't put any blood on it, but I did go through and put Future on there and got Future running down the little trench here and everything. Got the chains underneath, and one thing about the chain is, I'll zoom in just a little, see if I can get this up here. The sword around his neck, you know, you got this chain here. Well, they give you a length of chain. Well, by the time you do these, you don't have enough chain left over to really do anything, you know, any length of chain to do much of anything. So it's more or less just draped around his, you know, around his shoulders. And I'll show you what looks there in the back. It doesn't want to lay flat because of the way the chain is. So, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe one day I'll go back in and put some more chain on it. But anyway, I'll back out now. But this was a lot of fun. Didn't have any real issues with it. Everything fit together. Now the horse had some horrendous seam lines that you had to deal with. But once you got those sanded down, and I used very little putty. I used putty between the back legs, between the front legs, and across the top of his butt here. Everything else, you know, you were able to. You had to sand it aggressively, but it was, you know, it sanded out and sanded smooth. Up here, I don't know if it was where it was on the sprue, had a couple of pits there, so I had to fill those in, and underneath as well, there was kind of a few gaps under there. But I like how it turned out. The camera, I don't have my main light on. I got the two overhead lights, because when I turn this one on, it just washes everything out and you can't see anything. But back here, I got the on-off switch, and if you watch his eyes light up and everything. I'll turn the lights off just for a second. Now you can see see how the eyes are, and my camera doesn't like being in the dark, so it's going to be real fuzzy and everything. But yeah, there's the eyes all lit up. Go ahead and turn these lights back on, and I'll just go over real quick the paints that I used. Started off, the base I primed with Rust-Oleum gray primer. Okay, now after I primed this gray, everything else, absolutely all of the other parts, I hit it with this quick color. Got this from Home Depot. It was a cheap can of paint. It was like 97 cents, 99 cents a can, but I can't find it at Home Depot now. But I shot everything with that black, and it's not a primer, it's just a flat black paint, but it lays down so smooth, and you know, a really good base to work from, especially if you need a black base. and then any of the clear coats, I've got the anything that needed a wash, I cleared it with the Rust-Oleum Gloss Clear, and then everything that was matte coated was matte coated with Krylon Matte. Okay, and I'm not going to go. I'll go through the colors kind of quick and show you, but I'm not going to explain what I used on what, because it's just made for a long video. But like on the base, these three colors here, I made a color, my own color here. But the first thing that went down was burnt umber, and then I put kind of done a stippling method of this all over it, and then several browns I went in and done, just either dry brushed or stippled on here. And then my Zenacolor paint, the burnt umber, I'm sorry, raw umber, I went in and I dry brushed everything, and I even dry brushed over the skulls. That's what gave them the brownish tint. The skulls were painted with vanilla ice cream. That's what I painted the skulls with. And then, like I say, they got a dry brushing of the raw umber. And from there, that gave me the colors I wanted on the base, and so I sealed it in with the gloss clear, and then I keep a bottle of black wash made up all the time, because I'm forever more using this, and all this is acrylic paint and water. That's all this is. And so once I gloss coated the base, then I took the black wash and went all over everything, and then I matte coated it. Then I come back in with the Future and done some wet spots on here, done a little trench, and just made some wet areas, make it look like mud. And that's it on the base. Oh, sorry guys. Now the horse was all black. Like I say, once again, I used the can of black paint there, flat black paint. Then I dry brushed this raw umber. I put raw umber in my little mixing palette, a little bit of water. I got it, loaded up my brush and brushed it out on a paper towel, and then just went to town, just dry brushing. And I covered most of the black, but you can still see the black in all the creases and down around these legs, and it has lots and lots of nice shadows in it. Then let's see, and then the Death Dealer himself, I used the charcoal. It's this one here. It says charcoal gray, but it's not gray by any means. It's a brown, kind of a deadwood type brown. And I painted his cloak and his tunic with that, and then his chainmail and armor on his legs and everything, I dry brushed the aluminum. The Vallejo aluminum, and then I've got three of the metal colors here, which one is jet exhaust, one is pale burnt metal, and the other one is, it escapes me. Now this is the pale burnt metal. Oh, and steel. Steel, jet exhaust, and pale burnt metal is what I've done all of his armor with. The shield, I showed you in the last update how I did the shield. I made a wash out of the Vallejo paint. Like I say, it was already black from the can of black paint, and then I clear coated it and put a gloss coat on it. And then I made a wash out of the Vallejo aluminum paint. It's not silver, it's the aluminum. And that's where all the silver paint came from. That's the aluminum. And then I made sure not to get it up on the bird symbol very much. It still got on the edges. And then I just took a sanding stick and kind of went through, after it dried, and went through and sanded it off the bird. Once that was dry, black wash time. This time I didn't bother clear coating it again. I just went ahead with the black wash, and it gave me all those nice shadows and weathering and stuff on the shield, and then I hit it with the matte coat, and so there it is. That's what it was. The flesh is, you know, you can see on his arm there and on his hand on the other side. It is the ceramic coat, and I can't think what it's called, flesh tone. And then I used the Vallejo model color flat flesh, and just kind of dry brushed the flat flesh on it, and then hit it with a satin coat, which I don't actually, yeah, I do. Here's the satin that I use. It's a Delta ceramic coat satin varnish, and so that's what I put on his. That's what I put on his arms and his hand, and then I did a black wash on that. The gold is two different golds. The first one that I laid down is pure gold. Dry brushed everything on it, and then I come back with Inca gold and done my highlights and stuff. Now everyone that does this, I see the jewels that are in his harness here, they either do them in red, I've seen them in blue, and I've seen them in white. I just chose not to do them. I like the way the dry brushing of the gold went across it, and that's how I left it. I painted the strap that goes underneath the horse for the saddle, the reins, and the bridle with Vallejo model color brown, and done a black wash over that. And then I took the pure gold and a toothpick and done all the detail on the bridle and everything. I know I'm leaving something out. Oh, I used the crimson red, watered it down and made a very thin wash, and done the horse's mouth with it, and then I dry brushed a little bit of the vanilla ice cream over the teeth to kind of give the teeth a little bit of a presence. But anyway, that's it. Lights up. So this one's finished and going in the books, and like I say, I know I'm leaving something out, so if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. Oh, and on the hooves, I dry brushed. I made a gray mix with the Craft Smart black, and what did I use? The vanilla ice cream, and I done some dry brushing of a light to medium, or not medium to dark gray on the hooves. So, but that's it. Hope you guys like it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.